Hello, welcome everyone. I am Melba Priyadarshini, Assistant Professor, Department of Biotechnology, Bishop Heber College. And today we are going to see under the topic of basics of plant tissue culture. So we'll go for introduction part and what is plant tissue culture? The growth or regeneration of plant cells, tissues, organs, or whole plants in artificial medium under aseptic conditions. So, any plant cells or any part of the plant cells are grown in an artificial medium, okay, that is lab prepared medium in a sterile condition is called as a plant tissue culture. First basics is very necessary, and I think so this is the right definition of plant tissue culture. So the growth or regeneration of the plant cells, tissues, or organs or whole plants in an artificial medium under sterile condition, that is aseptic condition, is called plant tissue culture. So in vitro culture, what is in vitro culture? In Latin words it is known as within the glass, okay, for performing an experiment in a test tube. Okay, so this plant tissue culture is performed in a test tube in a laboratory condition in aseptic condition within a glass, so it is named as a in vitro culture. So let us go for the history of plant tissue culture. So plant tissue culture has a long history. Okay, so I have minimized this history of plant tissue culture. So here Haberland in 1902, he first attempt of plant tissue culture. Further in 1939, that is Nobcoat, Cotter and White, they did a research work regarding callus cultures. And first haploid culture was done by Guha and Maheshwari in 1964. And the most important one, MS Media, which is named by two scientists, that is Murashij and Skoog. In 1962, they found out this MS Media. In 1966, Stewart totipotency of carrot plant, and 1970 Power et al. Done experiment in the protoplast fusion, and 1977 Chilton integrated TI plasmids from Acrobacterium tumefaciens in plant. So all these are researchers that they did their research work in plant tissue culture. So terminology, we have to know what is plant tissue culture, what is tissues, and what are the applications and how the tissue culture has been done. So terminology, that is explant. We have to know what is explant is. The plant organ or piece of tissue used to initiate a culture. So any species of plant which is taken for the experimental purpose is considered to be the explant. So here a plant organ is chosen. So any type of a plant can be chosen and any plant parts can be taken. Any tissues, any cells can be taken for the culture purpose. So what is culture? So culture is growing cells, tissues, plant organs or whole plant in nutrient medium under aseptic conditions. Okay, so plant need nutrition for its growth. So this nutrient is given in artificial medium and it is grown in the sterile condition, that is aseptic conditions. For example, that is cell culture can be done, embryo culture can be done, anther cultures can be done, etc. So all these are known as culture, that is any cells or tissue or cultured in a nutrient medium in the aseptic conditions. And what is aseptic culture? Raising cultures from a tissue or an organ after freeing it of bacteria, fungi and other microorganisms. So aseptic culture is under sterile cultures, that is the tissues or any part of the plant should be free from bacteria and fungi. Normally when we choose any plant part, it will be having many microorganisms on them. First, it should be sterilized and then it should be cultured in a aseptic formation. And what is callus is a tissue arising from disorganized proliferation of cells either in culture or in nature. In plural, it is named as a calli. Okay. And cell culture is culture of single cells or small group of similar cells. Okay. So either a plant can raise from a single cell or a group of cells. Those are called as a cell culture. Contamination. Unwanted microorganisms which may inhibit the growth of the cells or tissues in culture. Since we are doing this plant tissue culture in a laboratory, many microorganisms can attack the plant cells. Okay, so this may undergo contamination. So that is named as unwanted microorganisms will be inhibiting the growth of the cells. So normally when microorganism contaminate those cells, normally it will not grow. So contamination grows there. Okay, so that is unwanted microorganism grows in that particular culture. So that is named as a contamination. And subculture, transfer of tissue or explant into fresh medium. After the culture, we are transferring again number of bottles or subculture, that is from one cultured medium, from one cells, that type of cells which are divided, that cells are again subcultured into a fresh media, that is called as a subculture. And regeneration. In tissue cultures, a morphogenetic response that results in the production of new organs, embryos, or whole plants from cultured explant or calli derived from them. So what is regeneration? Is the growth of the plant. We are getting the result after the culturing of any seeds or any part of the plant organs. Okay. So de-differentiation is nothing but reversal or organized structure into an undifferentiated states. Okay, from that is any part, that is in Tamil we say it as maru matram. Okay, so another differentiated, undifferentiated cell starts to grow from a differentiating cells. Okay, so differentiation is nothing but the development of different morphological characteristics. In tissue culture, the term is used to describe the formation of different cell types, either roots or shoots or embryos or any other organs in callus or cell culture. And what is micropropagation? We have to know the important topic, what is micropropagation is. That is asexual or vegetative propagation of plants in vitro. So that is, we are micropropagating any part of the plant is done, or the callus is micropropagated. Okay, a new plant grows from a fragment or cutting of the parent plant, or from specialized reproductive structure is called as in micropropagations. Okay, so organogenesis is nothing but differentiation of organs from the cultured cells or tissues. It has different organs formation, either a leaves or a stem or a root part from the cells which we have cultured is called as an organogenesis. And plantlet is nothing but a small rooted shoot or germinated embryo. That is a small growth of the plant, a beginning of the plant, either a root part, either the shoot part, or a nodal part from the from the cultured cells. Okay. So somatic embryogenesis is the creation of hybrids by the fusion of protoplast derived from genetically different cells. Okay, so it is nothing but the techniques which allows the manipulation of cellular genomes by protoplast fusion. We name it as a somatic hybridization. In further classes, you will be reading in detail about somatic hybridizations. Okay. And what is totipotency? Normally, a potentiality or property of a cell to produce a whole organism. So the cells should have all the potential, all the characteristics to give rise to one organisms. So those cells are considered to be the totipotency. Okay. So what is transgenic plants is nothing but we have heard much about transgenic plants, that is plants which have been genetically engineered to modify certain characteristics by introducing one or few selected genes. So genetically modified plants, we name it as a transgenic plants. Okay. So there are certain requirements for the plant tissue culture. So what are they? Is that appropriate tissues, that is explant, what type of a species we choose. Okay, sometimes it may be an endangered species. Okay, so what rare plants can be chosen. Okay, so and equipment and glasswares are necessary. A suitable growth medium is necessary, and aseptic condition, that is sterile condition, is very important, and culture room we need, and incubation room is necessary. Okay. And what is explant? An explant is a piece of tissue used to initiate a tissue culture. Okay, so it is only a piece of tissue within a single cell. We can initiate a give a growth of new plant. Okay, so that is considered to be the explant. So mainly the explant should be disease free. Okay, it should not attacked by it should not attacked by the fungus or any of the bacteria, etc. Okay. And equipment and glasswares is nothing but hot air oven is very necessary, that is to sterile our glasswares. Okay, so glasswares are kept in an oven for drying at 160 degree to 200 degrees Celsius. Okay. And refrigerator, obviously it is for storing our stock solutions of macronutrient and micronutrients, vitamins and growth hormones. Refrigerator is very necessary, and it can be stored at 4 degrees Celsius. Okay. And digital balance is very important, that is like a capacity of 0.001 to 200 grams is suitable for tissue culture techniques and used to measure minute quantity of chemicals used in the nutrient media. It is otherwise called as a weighing balance too. Okay. And pH meter is very important one. So for plant tissue culture, we need, that is particular plant will be growing under certain pH, so that pH should be given to that particular plant growth. So for that, pH detector is very important. Okay, so used to check or adjust the pH of nutrient medium, 5.8 pH is preferred for tissue culture media. So here for tissue culture media, 5.8 pH is very important, that is it's a right pH for the growth of the plants. Okay, if pH is in alkaline, it is adjusted by addition of the 0.1 normal HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, and if pH is acidic, it is adjusted by addition of 1N sodium hydroxide, NaOH. Okay. And another one important instruments is that autoclave. Okay, so for glassware and media sterilization, autoclave is very important, and it is adjusted to 121 degrees Celsius temperature and 15 pound pressures for 20 minutes. And another one is laminar airflow chamber. Okay, so used for inoculation purpose, and it works on the principle of application of high efficiency particulate air, HEPA filters. We name this filter as a HEPA filter, which I repeat it again, high efficiency particulate air. Children, this will be coming for one word mark, whereas we name it as a HEPA filters. Okay, so it creates aseptic condition and positive pressure by blowing sterile air towards the operator. So here you can see that laminar airflow chamber, which here the filter alone they have given here, which is named as a HEPA filter. The full form of HEPA filter already I have said. So HEPA filter is of 0.3 micrometer in size, and hence it prevents microorganism and dust particles from passing through, thus creates sterile air and aseptic conditions. Okay. And important one is nutrient medium. Okay. So nutrient medium is culture media composed of inorganic, organic nutrient, vitamins and plant hormones. So medium is very important for the growth of plant. Okay. So what is that medium? Medium is nothing but that is a inorganic or organic vitamins and plant hormones are added in that particular medium. So what is that organic, inorganic nutrients? That is major nutrients and minor nutrients. That is macronutrients or micronutrients and micronutrients. So macronutrients in the sense carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, calcium, and potassium, magnesium, sulfur are considered to be the macronutrients, and micronutrients as ferrous, cobalt, manganese, boron, iron, zinc, all these considered to be the micronutrients. And there are different types of media. Okay, there's a different scientists found out different types of a medium we have seen already. Okay, so major types of media is White's medium, which was found out by White in 1963, and MS medium, that is most common medium of plant tissue culture, founded by Murashij and Skoog in 1962, and B5 medium, that is Cambog et al. In 1968, and Niche medium by Niche in 1969. And you can see here that is MS medium and their constituents here, that is macronutrients, micronutrients, and vitamins plus amino acids, and vitamins plus amino acids in the nothing but glycine, nicotinic acid, pyridoxine, thiamine is necessary, is to be added in this particular nutrients and medium. And sucrose is very important. So since it is a carbohydrate from the combination of glucose and fructose in plant, sucrose plays a vital role. So sucrose should be added. Okay, and pH should be adjusted to 5.5 to 5.8. Okay, so this nutrient is prepared in the lab. Okay, but nowadays we are getting a ready-made kit for plant tissue cultures, but in those days we have to prepare the stock solutions of macronutrients separately, micronutrients separately, and vitamins, amino acids and sucrose, everything, and we have to check the pH, and then we will be going in sterile, we have to keep it in the sterilization, and again we can inoculate it. Now we are having the ready-made kit of plant tissue cultures. What is plant growth regulators? So growth regulators is very important for the growth of the plant. Okay, so normal plants will be having natural growth regulators in their plants. Okay, but here since it is grown in the artificial medium, we have to give a growth regulators artificially. Okay, so here auxin and cytokinins play a vital role. Okay, what is auxins is nothing but to stimulate the root formation, auxins are very important. And to stimulate the shoot formation, cytokinins are very important. So if auxin is increased and cytokinin is decreased, you can get a root development. If cytokinin is increased and auxin is decreased, you can get a shoot development. So there are different natural auxins here. Okay, so here you can see that is IAA, that is it is abbreviated as indole 3-acetic acid. NAA is nothing but 1-naphthalene acetic acid. 2,4-D is nothing but 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid, and IB is nothing but indole 3-butyric acid. And cytokinin is nothing but benzyl aminopurine and kinetins. Okay, and here you can see a person sitting under the laminar airflow chamber for inoculation purpose. So you should inoculate only under the laminar airflow chamber. Why? Because it gives a sterile air and it makes its surrounding to be sterile. And after culture it is kept in the culture rack with the proper light and proper temperature. Okay, so it is you can see here a culture rack. And steps for plant tissue culture, it is a short protocol. I'll tell this. Preparation of nutrient medium is necessary. Next is selection of suitable plant, that is explant. And for any purpose we can use either for germinating seeds or roots or shoot, leaf, node. We need an explant, isn't it? And surface sterilization is done in the explant. Okay, this surface sterilization, for surface sterilization we used sodium hypochlorite, whereas this act as it is an effective algicide used to clean the algae. Okay, and mercury chloride. Okay, so mercury chloride we have to use only 0.1 concentration percentage. Okay, so why it is used is it may spoil the seed part or the plant organs. Okay, so it is highly antimicrobial with actions against both fungi and bacteria. And then it is inoculated. That is, inoculation is nothing but transferring of explants on the nutrient medium under sterile conditions, and it is incubated in a right temperature, humidity and light, and then it is regenerated. Okay, after the growth of the plant it is hardening, that is acclimatization. We will say it is as acclimatization, that is grown in a sterile soil, kept in a greenhouse. Okay, so there are different types of plant tissue cultures, whereas embryo culture, seed culture, protoplast culture, meristem culture, pollen culture, callus culture, cell culture and anther culture. These are different types of plant tissue culture can be done. Okay. And what is organogenesis is nothing but the production of the roots, shoot or leaves from cultured cells. Okay, so these organs may arise out of pre-existing meristems or out of differentiated cells, and this like embryogenesis may involve a callus intermediate but often occurs without callus. So it may undergo the callus, or it will not undergo or face the callus formations. Whereas somatic embryogenesis, the production of embryos from a somatic or germ cells, non-germ cells. Okay, so cells are differentiated into somatic cells and germ cells. Okay, so here somatic is nothing but it is the embryos which forms from the somatic cells and not from the germ cells. Okay, so usually involves a callus intermediate stage which can result in variation among seedlings. According to the seedlings, variation occurs for callus formation. Okay, so here you can see the callus culture, different types of callus cultures in the tube. Okay, and regeneration is the process whereby a part of a plant can be turned into a whole new plant. So you can see here that is sprouting of new shoots or arising from this tissue culture media. You can see a new plant raising from it. Okay. So hardened plantlets is nothing but the plants are taken further after growth. The plants are taken to the greenhouse where we have a sterile soil. Okay, so we have all the sterile soil which will not affect the plant further. Okay, so importance of plant tissue culture is nothing but production of improved crop varieties, disease free and desired propagules, production of secondary metabolites, production of salt tolerant, drought tolerant and heat stress tolerant variety, and biotransformation, biosynthetic pathway, haploid protections. All these are importance of the plant tissue culture. Okay, thank you students, thank you very much.